Does hard work pay off? People say that all the time. Work hard, stay disciplined, stay focused, keep grinding, and eventually it'll all be worth it. But I don't really know if that's true anymore, because I think a lot of us confuse hard work with meaning. We think suffering automatically becomes valuable just because we endured it for a long time. And maybe sometimes it does. But I think there's another side to this that people don't really talk about. The part where you finally get to the thing you worked for, and it still doesn't feel the way you imagined. Or worse, you realize you spent so much time chasing the destination that you completely forgot to enjoy your actual life while getting there. That's the part I've been thinking about recently. When I say hard work, I don't just mean digging holes in the sun or breaking your back in a factory. Hard work can be mental too. It can be waking up every day and forcing yourself to continue something you don't really enjoy because you believe it'll eventually lead somewhere better. That's probably the most common type of hard work now. Just enduring. Working jobs you don't care about, going to school for years, doing routines you hate, sacrificing time, sacrificing relationships, sacrificing your mental health. All because you believe there's some reward waiting for you at the end of it. I work at the deli currently, and honestly, it's not even physically difficult work. Most of the time, I'm just cutting meats and cheeses, making sandwiches, packaging food, dealing with customers, cleaning things, nothing crazy. It's easy work, but it's also the kind of work you don't really want to do for 8 hours straight. And I think that's an important distinction. A lot of jobs aren't hard because they're physically impossible. They're hard because they slowly drain your spirit through repetition. You wake up, go to work, come home tired, sleep, repeat. And somewhere in there, your life starts feeling automated. I remember one customer came in wanting fried chicken, and I misunderstood what he meant when he ordered it. Simple mistake. He comes back later furious, calling me names, acting like I ruined his entire life over chicken. And I remember standing there thinking, this is such a strange part of adulthood, because realistically, nothing even happened. I wasn't going to get fired. The world wasn't ending. It was just a mistake. But for some reason, moments like that stick with you. Because even small interactions can make you feel degraded when you're already mentally exhausted. And the weirdest part is that the next day, you just go back to work again. Like nothing happened. That's what a lot of hard work feels like. Not triumph, not growth montages, just repetition. And honestly, I don't even think most people work hard because they enjoy hard work itself. I think people work hard because they imagine a future version of their life. That's the thing carrying them. People tell themselves, once I graduate, things will make sense. Once I get the job, I'll finally feel stable. Once I make enough money, I'll finally relax. Once I find the right person, everything will come together. The future becomes this emotional investment. And I think that's what happened to me in college. I went to college for computer science. It took me around 6 years to finish. Partially because I was young and honestly didn't really know what I wanted yet. I just knew I was supposed to go to college. So I did the assignments, took the classes, stayed up late studying, worked through all the stress, and during that time I was also in a relationship. And I think without realizing it, I tied everything together in my head. The degree, the future job, the relationship, the idea of eventually having a family someday, it all became one vision. Like all this hard work was building toward a complete life. But then late into college we broke up. And I never fully processed it. I just kept moving forward because that's what you're supposed to do. I graduated. I got employed. I technically succeeded. But I remember sitting there afterward thinking, why doesn't this feel better? I got the thing I worked for, but the emotional reward I imagined wasn't there anymore. Because the future I was sacrificing myself for no longer existed. And I think this is the trap a lot of people fall into. They spend so much time trying to reach a destination that they accidentally postpone their entire life. They tell themselves, I'll be happy later. I'll relax later. I'll enjoy myself later. But later keeps moving. And eventually you realize years passed while you were psychologically living in the future instead of the present. I think hard work becomes dangerous when your entire happiness depends on the outcome. Because outcomes are unstable. You can lose relationships, jobs disappear, goals change, people change, and if your entire sense of meaning was attached to the finish line, you collapse with it. And I don't think the problem is hard work itself. People can endure unbelievable amounts of struggle when they actually care about what they're doing. Artists stay awake all night creating things. Athletes destroy their body training. Musicians practice for thousands of hours. But that kind of suffering feels different, because there's meaning inside the process itself. I think meaningless hard work is what destroys people. Working hard at something you secretly don't care about, living for weekends, living for someday, living for a future version of yourself that may never even exist. So does hard work pay off? Sometimes. You might get the degree, the money, the house, the promotion, but I think people oversell what those things actually do for you emotionally. Hard work can solve practical problems, but it doesn't automatically give you the meaning. It doesn't guarantee love, it doesn't guarantee fulfillment, and it definitely doesn't guarantee peace. And maybe the real goal in life isn't just learning how to work hard. Maybe it's learning how to build a life where the journey itself feels worth living. Because if the only time you allow yourself to live is after you reach the destination, you may eventually arrive there and realize you missed your entire life getting to it.